Do you know you're green? Do you know where green came from? I'm Leon, this is Lo, and that is Geshi. And today we are going to be trying to start to answer those questions at least. Little disclaimer though, obviously we are, as you can tell from our attire, we are not doctors, we are not GPs, we're not medical professionals, we have no qualifications in anything. Don't take what we say as advice. If you have got actual medical conditions and you're interested by stuff, go chat to your GP, do your own research, that's the main one.
We might as well talk about it. So yeah. YouTube made our last video age restricted, so you have to be 18 to watch it, which is what it is, but...
A bit annoying though, because you have to log in to actually watch the video or click like and...
But while you're logging in, you might as well subscribe.
True.
Give us a like. Hit that bell notification so you can see when our next videos are coming out. We're going to break some of these down into parts, like a little series. So if you want to know when the next part's coming out, just hit that little bell.
I don't know what we should do about this, because I don't want to get sensitive properly. Like, I feel like we're live on YouTube right now.
Yeah.
Say the disclaimer quick. YouTube CEOs are watching.
They're actually our biggest viewers.
Yeah, they've literally every episode they message us saying, good episode guys.
Good work guys. Because of that, we're going to try and be a bit more family friendly with the language. Swearing doesn't seem to be that bad, but if you say the word or the C word,
well, you can't say it. Yeah, I was
the
going to
C
say.
word.
Yeah, we're gonna have to say it.
If we say the C word, we're in trouble.
I think we'll have to substitute it for another word, and we should maybe just decide on a word right now so we can just use that.
Or if you've got any funny ideas, we might come up with one now, but if you've got funny ideas, comment section,
Drop it below.
we can have our own slang though.
I think for now we're just gonna have to call it green, right?
Yeah,
Canna,
we'll
I mean, canna should be alright.
Canna?
That's what we've gone with for the series.
Can I say canna?
Can I say canna?
Today we're just kind of covering where green kind of originated from, how it got about, how people first discovered it and used it, and all that sort of like the origin story, like the prequel to a really great trilogy.
How the green begin.
So should we start all the way back 28 million years ago?
Yeah, I was gonna say we don't reckon, but some archaeologists and some scientists reckon that it was the first fossilized pollen and related stuff that they could find.
The oldest discovered, I guess you could call it, innit?
From about 28 million years ago.
That is crazy.
I didn't know there was fossilized. I didn't know.
That is mad.
Smoking on that fossil pack.
Yeah, the fossil OG.
Almost since the beginning of time has been about, and it's been doing its thing, and it's been growing, predating any of us, so I don't see how we think we have the right to try make it controlled.
Criminalise it.
In England it's a controlled substance.
It's crazy. This
Controlled, a
this
plant
grows
that's
out-
been here before you, mate. Like,
It
it'll be
grows
here
out
after you.
the floor, like, what the hell?
Tibet seems to be where like this first like original fossils were found, and then China is kind of next with like around 10,000 years ago. There's like quite strong evidence that canna was a big plant. Early like animals and stuff eating it, like found in like fossilized dung, but also just growing in the land, like just as a natural plant, just there.
I've always wondered, like, animals eating it, obviously it doesn't get like decarboxylated in your body, so what kind of effect they might have felt from it. I mean, like, if you're saying it was found in fossilized dung, so imagine that animal ate it. I wonder if it had any effect on what it thought about that.
I mean, THC acid, THCA functions very differently to THC in the body, because it hasn't been decarboxylated, like you're saying. But if you're eating it raw, like it does interact with your endocannabinoid system. THC engages the most with your receptors, so it's a big part of the entourage effect, getting your other cannabinoids to work. THCA just takes a little bit longer to work, so it's kind of consistently eating or drinking raw over time. You'll notice the benefits, as opposed to when it's being decarboxylated, sorry. You'll notice the effect almost instantly.
Effect straight away.
Yeah.
There's a few people when we used to make CBD tea, if you remember, people used to say, oh no, it doesn't work because it hasn't been decarboxylated. And I'll say, well, it's not just quite the same as when it is decarboxylated, but you still do get an effect of it. It's a milder effect, of course.
And some of the THC will decarboxylate naturally in the sunlight as well. The ancient Egyptians just used to leave it out to dry, and then when it started smelling good, they knew. The oldest recorded medical document, the Ebers Papyrus in ancient Egypt, it's got a couple different instances of a herb. I think it's called shemet, that's being used with honey, and they reckon pretty sure
They
that's
reckon that's yeah.
Around 2000 BC, that's where we start seeing like proper evidence of humans
People actually using it.
really get
Like,
stuck in.
2000 BC, imagine that, it's so long ago, isn't it? Like, crazy.
It's unfathomable. Like I can't even imagine what it's like 100 years ago. Do you know what I mean?
And the amount of things have changed in that time, you know what I mean? It's crazy.
And
So,
then 4,000.
I think 4,000 years ago, they were, I mean, how were they consuming it? Just, I wonder.
Well, I mean,
smoking it some way.
humans have always had this fascination with smoking things.
Weird, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Such a weird thing.
It's a bit surreal when you think about
When you
it.
break it down, you think somebody actually got something and inhaled the smoke that was coming off something that was burning. Really and truly, would you ever think to do that?
it's like why you have incense in your house
of
or
course.
something like that. I guess they've
Something
discovered
burnt.
fire and thought,
Yeah.
let's burn everything. And some of the things of like,
Oh, that smells good.
yeah, like that
Actually,
sounds
I
banging.
don't remember what it smells like. It's passed out.
In ancient China, there's a lot of evidence of stuff like hemp seed oil, where they
Yeah.
like crush the
So they
seeds
press
up,
seeds.
press them down under pressure. It's in a lot of ancient medicines, like Chinese medicines. There's like tons of evidence of it, especially topical things. And as we know today, hemp seed oil is still one of the best things you can use for your skin without clogging up your pores. So you can still create your own natural
It doesn't
oils.
down regulate your own oil production in your skin, and that, yeah, it's amazing.
So to think that people have been doing that 4,000 years ago and it worked,
And
why are we trying to change it now? And then lots of evidence of like the seeds being eaten, and as we know, and we kind of already spoke about this a little bit, but seeds are super nutritious, like
Super high in CBG as well.
Yeah.
omegas.
Pancho loves eating them.
Yeah, I love eating them.
Yeah.
And the shells have got lots of fibre in them.
Yeah.
So if you eat them with your breakfast early on in the day, the type of carbohydrates and the type of fibres in there actually take a while to digest, and they're really like good source of energy with all the fats of the actual seed and stuff.
Sure. Just make sure you break into them or get them milled, otherwise they'll go straight through you like seeds are designed to do.
And then from there, you kind of start seeing other parts of Asia. So kind of went from Tibet into the Himalayas as well, and like Nepal and stuff like that. You start seeing evidence of slightly smaller and darker plants. We think due to the altitude pressures and the environmental pressures, because it's a lot more extreme, it's a lot colder.
Yeah.
There's only a short window where they can grow as well. So instead of having like the whole summer to grow, they only got a short amount of time. So their cycle has to be quicker anyway. So the plant becomes more efficient. These plants traditionally had a really high cannabinoid count. So in terms of CBD, THC, stuff like that. So when people first discovered these and they went, let's burn it.
Yeah.
And then they smelt that, all of a sudden they were really, really high, basically, like way more than anyone would have ever known before that. And
I would have loved to have been there that day, man. You'd be able to tell all your mates, like, yeah, that's pretty good, isn't it? Yeah, I want to discover that. Yeah,
I discovered
that.
that. I think they were more used for like ceremonial things, though. I guess everyone's always used this to reach closer to their gods, because it expands your mind. It makes you feel more like a different level of thinking, and that's why you call it a high, because you feel like you're at another
Elevated.
level.
Getting lifted.
I'd want to actually shout out the Scythians right now, because we were reading an article earlier about they basically had what we call water pipes and pipes, different ways, apparatus. But that is the first proper evidence that we have with humans getting blazed. That is the first time that
Big up to them.
humans getting high. So big up to them, man. They must have had an absolute little that would have
They
been
must have had a lot.
insane.
Pioneers, them lot, man. Pioneers. How were they using it back in the day? I mean, we all know they were probably inhaling it somehow, but was it just a pipe? Or was it like
I think
burn a little ember and...
I think it's
Or was
inside.
it,
It originally was like inside of buildings. It would have burnt and then kind of been like.
and just passively inhale it?
yeah.
So it's not even like...
And then when they realised, oh, I want this more direct.
Yeah, that's when they started using
they
apparatus.
start inventing
Apparatus?
pipes.
Apparatus.
Paraphernalia.
There's lots of documents and pictures and stuff that really shows that they were kind of the first people to ever hotbox.
All the images you see on the screen now, Lo's gone and done the research and got all the images.
Yeah, they're basically
Oh my
hotboxing.
days.
The first humans to actually hotbox, like
It's mad.
purposefully hotbox, like
Right.
try enclose an area
Close
inside
the
it.
door, lads. Close the window. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
We didn't have clippers back then.
True.
Got one with a little bit of hemp.
He's got the bow. Surely the first apparatus they should have got was a lighter.
No, I think they probably would have made a fire and then taken from the
yeah.
fire. I guess we just want to shout them out quick because
Yeah,
that's pretty sick, really. And they were often found with like lots of bricks of in their graves, so they look like they had fun a lot.
Like, they were definitely on the experimental one. Definitely on like trying things out,
testing things out for the rest of mankind. You got ancient Greece and the Romans and stuff, and they really relied on hemp. They used it for ropes, bags, like clothes material. They used it. It was like something they could bring a little bag of seeds, and they could turn up anywhere that they've invaded. Plant these seeds, and they've automatically got materials. They've got medicine. They've got like
it's such a hardy plant as well. You can plant it in so many different like environments. It doesn't have to
Super
be
high yield.
Yeah, high yield, quick turnaround.
Yep.
I mean, basically, why they should be using more hemp these days.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a no-brainer.
From there, you got places like the Silk Road coming about. Well, it's not places, I guess routes like the Silk Road coming about.
Crazy roots.
It was actually something that was traded a lot, and obviously the nature of it, seeds end up getting dropped. Plants, the pollen gets picked up.
Things start spreading around.
Things spread about. It starts growing naturally in other places. Starts evolving. Starts adapting. And obviously in places like California, it ended up being like, oh, this is nice. Really
What's the
loving
link between the
soil
hippies as well? I can't remember that. What
The
that was.
hippies?
Yeah.
I think it's just because.
Why did they start smoking it heavily?
I think one because it's just quite a chill thing, and the hippies like being chill. I
But
think.
were they chill before?
I mean,
or were they chill after?
The hippies were stressed
but
until
I also think that people try and would like start thinking more freely or like questioning things about the government or about this or about that.
FBI, open up!
everyone deep down has got a little hippie inside, just waiting to come out.
Trying to get out.
We've got a couple exciting things going on the other side right now. Just alert you about before we go. Langfield, we've just uploaded their takeover onto SoundCloud. All 4 sets. They're all sick. They're all a little bit different to each other as well. There's jungle, there's drum and bass. There's some more like kind of like soulful disco type tracks in there
There's
as
a couple,
well.
is it-
Some dubsteppy bits as well. Like they're all sick.
If you're just listening now and you're not really sure what we're talking about, we host DJs in our shop in London. Little crews come down and play. Every week we are uploading SoundCloud sets. So if you're into music and stuff, go and jump over there as well. SoundCloud.com/Otherside London.
T-shirt will be actually ended now.
Yeah. So if you grabbed yourself, if you copped one of the t-shirts, one of the exclusive herbal t-shirts that we put out on Everpress, then thank you very much. That design ain't gonna come back. So once it's gone, it's gone.
If I see you wearing it in the shop, I'll bust you.
There's definitely some freeness going on. If
Yeah.
anyone walks into the shop wearing this t-shirt, there's definitely some freeness going on. You may have noticed a few months ago we released a raw chocolate bar with coconut and mango on top, fully organic, fully raw, like I said, gluten-free, fully vegan as well, no processed nasties in there, no refined sugars, ceremonial grade cacao,
Full spectrum extract.
full spectrum extract in it. It's really tasty. The packaging is fully biodegradable, compostable, vegan inks on the sticker. Even the sticker is compostable. So we've gone to great lengths to try and source all the best ingredients and the best materials for that product. But yeah, look out for it.
But this is why your feedback is important. Because that's why we're trying it. Well, that's why we're changing it, because we put it out there. We had a lot of like really positive stuff, but a lot of people saying, "Oh, I wish it was just a bit smaller. I don't need so much at a time."
Yeah.
And so we've listened, and
This is kind of part of this channel as well, is to explain and delve into like running a CBD business and what it takes and what you need to do. And like Leon said, part and parcel of it is getting feedback from customers and people trying our products. And so we basically reduced the price, reduced the size of it a little bit, and made it a little bit more accessible.
yeah. If you're still here and you've really enjoyed it, give us a like, share, comment, subscribe, notification bell. Just tell your mates about it. But yeah, thank you for watching.
Before we start recording, let's have a moment of silence for all the that we burned.